Late last year, Yale and Harvard Law led a boycott of the U.S. News rankings. Many other law schools followed suit, which raises the question, do the U.S. News law school rankings still matter? Hey, what's up everybody? Steve Schwartz here from LSAT Unplugged, joining you today to help you determine whether the law school rankings still matter when it comes to choosing a school. Before I get into it, a quick request. Please do me a favor, like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It really helps with that YouTube algorithm, and I really do appreciate it. So the reason I'm making this video is that a lot of students are asking me, should I still consider the U.S. News law school rankings when it comes to choosing a law school? After all, so many law schools boycotted the U.S. News law school rankings last year. Do they still matter? My answer is yes, they do still matter, because U.S. News can rank law schools whether they want to be ranked or not. You may be wondering, why did Yale and Harvard boycott the rankings in the first place? They say it was in protest of the fact that U.S. News incentivizes law schools to grant lots of merit aid in their scholarship money. In other words, law schools have incentive to grant merit aid to applicants with LSAT scores and GPAs above their current medians, because by getting those students to choose their school, they can raise their status in the rankings by boosting their medians. This scholarship money then does not go to applicants on the basis of financial aid. A fair point, of course. The thing is that U.S. News can rank schools whether they want to be ranked or not, since U.S. News was able to easily shift its methodology to rely upon publicly available data from the American Bar Association that law schools have to submit. So in practice, this may have had not much impact at all, other than causing U.S. News to modify its methodology a bit. As a result of the methodology changes, most of the U.S. News T14 schools didn't change that much. Columbia fell 4 places or so in the T14. Schools outside the T14 fluctuated a lot more, but employers likely are not following these changes as closely as law schools are, or as closely as applicants are. Employers care about prestige, of course, but they also care a lot about where you fall within your law school class. Connections also matter, people skills also matter, and on your end, graduating without debt should matter a lot as well. Now, when it comes to the question of how do you graduate without debt, the answer is quite simple. Get the highest LSAT score possible, get the highest GPA possible, apply to law schools where you are above their medians, and they do still have incentive to grant you scholarship money. Because when it comes to raising their status in the rankings, the biggest things that law schools can do on the applicant side, on the admissions side, is accept applicants who have stats above their medians. It's as simple as that. And yes, the U.S. News methodology changes do give law schools a reason to focus a lot more on employment outcomes than they otherwise would have previously. But when it comes to who they choose to admit, law schools still want to choose the people who are going to boost their medians when it comes to LSAT and GPA, and also the people who are going to be the most employable. And those who are the most employable are those who are going to do as well as possible in law school, and those who will do as well on the bar exam as possible. And the LSAT and GPA are the best indications that law schools have prior to admission in determining who will do well on the bar exam, who will do well in law school, and who will do well on job interviews. And as a result, who will do well when it comes to getting a job. So you see, in the end, not much has changed. Of course, the U.S. News rankings made a big splash in the media. People love rankings for some reason. It's always interesting to see who's beating out whom, who's rising, who's falling. Lots of drama between U.S. News and the law schools as they went back and forth over methodology, over data and such. But at the end of the day, U.S. News is still ranking law schools. Employers don't care that much from year to year, not as much as law schools do or not as much as applicants do, but it still pays to consider both prestige and scholarship money. Now, your GPA is likely pretty fixed at this point in time, but you still have the chance to make a major difference when it comes to boosting your LSAT score. Now, if you would like my help in preparing for the LSAT, there are a number of ways I can support you. I have live online classes via Zoom, on-demand video courses, small group coaching, and one-on-one coaching. Check out the links below this video to find out more and to book a call with me and my team. We'd love to help you out. And if you found the video helpful, please do me a favor, like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It really helps. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.